Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a good Tuesday. Oh my goodness, what a long day it was. I'm gonna go ahead and start the medley. Good morning, how did you guys? British vibes. was it so low today? How about this? Hold on. How's that? How's that, Dar? Is the static gone? Kind of. They were just hovering over a building that was really close by, and then they dipped. I don't know. Good morning, Lindsay. No, I'm wearing green. Okay. Never mind. Thanks for the reminder, Cyber. Sound 313 is a synth string 5. Church music, says Cyber. I'm still very proud of that chord progression. Parking ticket. Sad times, sad times. What a job. What a job. You know, I still haven't seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High, but I'm going to watch it this year. This is the year that I watched that movie. I'm tired of not watching that movie, you know? I've had it up to here with not seeing that movie. Did that stop the crunchy? I turned down the gain on the microphone. I didn't want it to be crunchy the entire time. Oh, the triple-decker peanut butter sandwich today was exquisite. I feel good. I feel rejuvenated. I feel thicker. Eating peanut butter makes me feel wider physically. Sorry, I'm not done with the morning medley. that's going to be the medley for today. I think that's it.
Checking in with you. It's time to check in with me too. I'm fine, I'm checking in with you. Checking in.
First order of check-in. Thank you for the follow, Zoe. I'm assuming it's Zoe. Zoe flanked by 13s. If it's not, and I'm somehow mispronouncing or misreading that, please feel free to correct me. But thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. First order of check-in. I'm gonna ask Liana how they're doing. How was your Tuesday, Liana? Mine was very stressful. Liana's Tuesday was stressful. Edward dreams due to curry. I haven't had any Surge dreams in a while, guys, and there's 2 cans of Surge left. I honestly, okay, I bought that Surge quite a while ago. Like, it's been a while. It's been weeks at this point, and my initial promise to myself was that I would drink 1 a day, and I was like, I'll knock it out in under 2 weeks, but it's been significantly longer than that, and I still have 2 cans left. And the Surge dreams haven't been working. All right, we've got to dapper up. Thank you, Explosion. What haven't I worn? It's mostly white. My shirt's mostly white, so I'm gonna pick a darker bow tie. Oh. I'm gonna pick a... Oh. Oh, I know what I'll do. Hold on. Okay, so this bow tie technically also is not monochromatic, but it's so muted. I don't even know how to describe this pattern. I don't even know if the light's hitting it right. Well, yeah, you can kind of see it. Like, I don't know what to call this, but this is actually the first bow tie I bought. It's BDG, which made in China. It's BDG, which for some of you, you know, that's Urban Outfitters brand. In Arizona, there's a street called Mill Avenue that cuts right through ASU campus, and so that's where all of the, you know, that's where the stores are, the college campus type stores. You have your store that sells a bunch of incense and Bob Marley merch. I don't know that I can call it merch, can I? Bob Marley branded clothing and hacky sacks and whatnot. And there's a Hooters, because every college campus in Arizona at the time had a Hooters. And there's an Urban Outfitters and American Apparel back when that was a thing that existed. You know, stuff like that. And a bunch of bars. And I remember going into Urban Outfitters and seeing this bow tie in the clearance section. I don't think Urban Outfitters has sold bow ties in a very, very long time. But anyways, yeah, I found it in the clearance section, and I was like, this is really cool. I didn't know how to tie a bow tie at the time, by the way. I was just trying to get into them, and I was like, this is so cool. This is Kismet. I've been wanting a bow tie. They've got one in clearance for like, I think it was like $12, which, if you know bow ties, that's a steal. Bow ties are very expensive. Way more expensive than neckties, that's for sure. So, I found it in the clearance section, and I bought it, and I hung it up in my room, and I didn't actually wear it for a really long time. I procrastinated learning how to tie a bow tie. I actually owned one before I knew how to tie one. And so I just kind of hung it up in my room, and I let it sit there and collect dust for at least a couple of weeks before I finally was able to wear it. And once I learned how to tie a bow tie, I never went back to neckties, really. And I also kind of gave up on those like clip-on wraparound bow ties. It's a shame. There was a time in my life where I did own a A bow tie with clasps on it. So tacky. Anyways, yeah, this one comes from Urban Outfitters. And thank you for the Firo time. The new leaf is coming in fine. Whoa, it's big. I haven't looked at Firo in a minute. That's really weird. How is that possible? How is that possible? I have a lot to learn. Anyway, anyways, can we talk about the GoDaddy imposter? Okay, so the thing is, here's the thing. If anybody saw that in the Discord this morning, somebody, a very well-meaning person who is not the butt of this joke, commented on my Instagram saying, "Hey, I saw you in a GoDaddy ad and it was great. Hope you're doing well." They seem to have been worried about my well-being since I have been away from Instagram. And them seeing who they thought was me in a GoDaddy advertisement kind of reassured them of my well-being and success levels, I guess. Anyway, it wasn't me. I was not in the ad. Thank you again, Hodicus, for the Firo time. But I was not in the ad. That was not me. It was just another black person. I'm going to say this and then I'll move on, because this is not part of the check-in. But if somebody says you look like someone, what I expect is my facial features to look like them. What I don't expect is for them to be dressed in a way that is somewhat reminiscent of me. Two people wearing skinny jeans does not mean they look alike. Two people wearing a bow tie does not mean they look alike. Two people with dark skin, I mean, I guess it's closer than the jeans, right? Like, somebody wearing a bow tie doesn't necessarily mean they look like me. But yeah, usually when somebody says, "Yo, you know who you look like?" I start to automatically form in my head just another black man with one out of the three, or sometimes two out of the three, accessories that the public associates with me. Either being a black guy with gloves, a black guy with glasses, or a black guy with bow tie. A black guy with two of the three. And that's kind of it. Sometimes it'll be twists. Sometimes it'll be dreads. Sometimes they'll be bald. Sometimes they'll be fat. Sometimes they won't. Well, usually they don't look like me at all. But people will say, "Man, that could be your cousin, man. That looks like that could be your little brother, man." And they're always just dressed in a way. They never actually look like me. It's weird stuff. Weird stuff. Anyways, it's never the G word, says Dar. It's always the bow tie and glasses. 3 times that I can remember, Dar, it has been the G word. It has. Somebody said, "Oh my god, I saw this dude in Las Vegas and he reminded me so much of you." And they showed me the photo, and it was a man. It was a street performer. It was a man. He was black, and he had glasses, and he had gloves. He was a mime. And I said nothing. I don't think I actually did respond to that message. This was a while ago. This was like 2 years ago. Sometimes it is the G word, Dar. Am I taking requests, says Brazy. The requests usually have to be original, and there is a redeem for the request. The request costs Omni tokens. But hello, Brazy. Since it's the check-in and you're the last comment I read, how are you doing? How was your Tuesday? Yeah, how was your Tuesday yesterday? Was it okay? You do give vague mime vibes, Omni, says Dar. Somebody delete that comment. Brazy says, "How was yours?" Okay, Brazy said it was great. I'm glad to hear that. My Tuesday was a little stressful, Brazy, but all things considered, it could have been much, much worse. It could have been much worse. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. The leaf is bigger. It's bigger than it was. And I know It's bigger than it was. It's physically larger than it was. And I guess when I think of leaves, when I think of like this guy, when I think of leaves, I think of them coming out at their full potential. They uncurl and it's like, that's what you get. It's going to get darker and weirder over time, but it's not going to expand. Pharaoh's leaves do a weird... Anyways, how do you get tokens? Yeah, you get tokens by like watching. You get bonus tokens by doing other stuff. Chatting, I think you get some bonus tokens. Subscribing gives you some bonus tokens. General interaction. Do you play piano, by the way, Brazy? Oh. Yeah, Brazy. Be like Zoe. Where's Zoe? Whatever happened to Zoe? Remember when Zoe followed? You play violin. That's amazing. I had a friend a long time ago. Her name was Amber Kunst. I'll never forget her. Anyway, she played violin. And why did I hang out with her all the time? It was always at her house. That was really weird. That was so weird. I can't remember why I was there, actually. But I was over a lot. And she's probably happy wherever she is. Anyways, I was over at her place a lot, and she played violin. And we were having a, I don't know, like a cultural exchange where I was like, she was like, I'll teach you how to play violin, and you can teach me how to cook. And I was like, oh, that sounds fair. And violin was way more fun than I thought it was going to be. Violin did not look like a lot of fun to play. And I did thoroughly enjoy the violin. And I also, something that people that have played violin, Brazy, this is going to be obvious to you. But something really interesting about violin to me, especially at the age that I was learning it, was when I watched people play violin, I simply thought it was like, it was like when you're using the touchscreen on a phone. Like, as long as you're touching it, it's going to activate. I thought that as long as the bow touched the string, it would activate. I didn't know that there was this really weird, like, you can't just limp wrist it, right? You can't just have a limp wrist and rub the bow on the strings and expect to get a good sound. And you can also press down too hard. There's like this really weird middle ground, which comes naturally to people that have played violin for a really long time. But for me, I did actually struggle with that weird sensitivity. Like, you can press down too hard on the string and it makes this horrible sound, and I didn't know that that was possible. Depends on intensity, says Liana. Yeah, I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that at the time, because the only instrument I had played was bass guitar and keyboards. And in bass guitar and keyboards, not piano, mind you, keyboards and like synthesizers, no matter how hard you press down, you're not going to get a bad sound. Like on a bass string, if you like squeeze as hard as you possibly can, it's not going to get a worse sound than if you squeeze like, I don't know, medium. But that's definitely a thing on violins. But that's cool. Glad to have another musician in the stream. Welcome, Brazy. Cyber, how was your Tuesday? I feel like oh, I was watching you stream. I was watching you and Explosion stream yesterday. Yesterday was a nightmare. But anyways, how was it? Ooh, it looks nice, Dar. It looks very nice. Yeah, why haven't I fixed that? I can't find it, okay? Thank you, Brazy, by the way. Thank you, Brazy. I do really appreciate that. I can't find it. I can't find it to change that. I will find it. But I haven't yet. And so it still has the default sound and that ugly, ugly default animation. But thank you so much, Brazy. I do appreciate that. Somebody give Brazy. Oh wait, you know what? Crap, I can't remember which chatbot I added it to, but I did add a clap. Somebody clap for Brazy. And if it doesn't work, I'm sorry. I'll add it later. But if it does work, cool, great, dope, fun. Absolutely, Word. Thanks, guys, for playing. I don't... Again, I've said this once, I'll say it again. I've said this a million times, I'll say it again. I don't play Mario games, so watching people play Mario games is about as close as I'm gonna get. What is that? It's him! Sorry, there's something... If I hit a certain note, something is shaking in my room, and I just figured out what it is. I think there's a, I think the cooldown on the clap is a minute. Because I get... So it's not that bad. I needed some type of cooldown on it. Some type of cooldown. New critters. They keep moving around. I have a lot of brown and Coney stuff in my room because I'm a... What do you call that? Because I'm like an OG line fan. A lot of line stuff is getting replaced for BT21 stuff, which is BTS characters, and there's a new K-pop group that's getting line characters, but I refuse to stray away from Brown and Coney. I refuse. How was your Tuesday, Lindsay? I assume your shelf showed up, right? Right? Still really bummed about that Jollibee experience yesterday. Kind of soured on Jollibee, at least for the next few months, maybe weeks. Kind of a bummer. Monday, word up. Thank you, Cyber. I have no idea how that works. What happened at Jolly? I just had a nightmare order. One of those things where you order something and then they can't give you what you want, and then you try to get a different thing, and then they double charge you, and then you need a refund, and then that doesn't work, and then they give you the wrong food. It was just like a nightmare. But I blame no one. And I'll be able to eat it again. I need some time. I need some time to heal. Tuesday was fine. Caught up with one of my oldest friends in 7th grade and figured out some stuff in OBS. Word up. OBS is fun. 7th grade was also fun. 7th grade is where I got my first girlfriend. And by that I mean I hung out in the general vicinity of a girl with her permission for a few months. And then we stopped doing that, and I was upset. They have a spicy chicken sandwich now, Cyber. They have joined the chicken sandwich wars, and that was the thing that they didn't have. That was the thing that they were like out of, and I was so upset. I was very upset, and so I had these like really whack tenders instead. But I understand. It's in high demand. The chicken sandwich wars have had many a casualty on both sides. Cyber says, but anyway, yeah, my Tuesday was mostly uneventful. This morning I took my dog to the vet for surgery to remove a mass on her leg. And the vet called an hour ago to say everything went smoothly. Dope, dope, dope. Glad to hear it. I have never set foot in a vet before. But I always like to hear about pleasant trips to them. Sounds like a productive morning. Brief Moral says I could go for a chicken sandwich wars sandwich right now. The chicken sandwich wars has brought... I love the chicken sandwich wars, by the way. I just want to say that. I love when something starts off as a good thing and then turns into a bad thing. Word up, Cyber. That is good to hear. I hate that Zaxby's called it the chicken sandwich wars because they tried to make it a thing. And now it sounds dumb. And because it's dumb, it's catching on. I like that. I love that. I like it, I love it. I would like some more of it. I want to know who's next to join the chicken wars. The chicken sandwich wars. Here's the thing. I like that the chicken sandwich wars was like people going like, I don't want to eat Chick-fil-A, but boy is it delicious. And then everybody was like, oh, we'll give you an alternative to the Chick-fil-A, and it'll be more delicious even than them. So now you can eat a chicken sandwich without the moral quandary of going to Chick-fil-A. And somewhere along the way, it just stopped having anything to do with Chick-fil-A, and all the people that were like providing guilt-free alternatives just started like slaughtering each other on the battlefield of the chicken war. Meanwhile, Chick-fil-A seems to be doing absolutely fine. I don't feel like they've lost any business. It's turned into a completely new conflict, like wholly separated from Chick-fil-A. It's hilarious to me. But anyways, I was wondering if KFC is going to have a chicken sandwich with chicken breast buns. Ooh. I wouldn't eat it. I would like to eat it, but I wouldn't eat it, would I? Even the double down was pretty hard for me. The double down like did a weird thing to my body. And the idea of just eating, well, what's so different than eating that and having, you know what, maybe I could eat it, but I wouldn't be able to eat it in the form of a sandwich. I think if I got a chicken sandwich with chicken breasts as the buns, I would simply eat it like a human and not like a wild beast that would like stack 3 just masses of meat on top of each other and take a bite out of it. I would probably like separate them and then eat it like chicken fingers maybe, or like cut it up. I don't know. Or no, then I've ruined it. Then I've made 3 sandwiches, haven't I? Never mind. But I would like to see that enter the battlefield. I would love to see a double down-esque chicken sandwich enter the battlefield. We have a guy in our Georgia Discord that swears on KFC as being S tier. He describes it as slippery. I would say that KFC is very slippery in that the skin of the chicken often like separates from the meat. But referring to KFC as S tier is bold. I think that KFC's spices and herbs are actually very high tier. I would say that they're A tier for sure, but the meat is the problem. And I think that even with the dopest spices, you can only improve poor meat so much. Which reminds me of when Arby's had the barbecue sandwich. Do any of you guys remember when Arby's had it was basically loose meat that they had soaked in their Arby's sauce. And they put it on the sandwich, and I was like, the sauce is pretty good. I like the sauce, but it still doesn't hide the fact that the meat is so poor. I like Arby's, by the way. Anyways, the pickles taste like chicken, says Word. And KFC, I've never eaten a pickle at KFC, but that would make sense. It would taste like chicken. I like their spice mix on other chickens, says Brief Moral. Thank you. Exactly. I would, if I could buy the 11 herbs and spices, 11, right? If I could buy the 11 herbs and spices in like a can, I would absolutely put that on my own chicken in sparing amounts, but I would use it. And I think that it would taste better than KFC. I've been making a lot of chicken lately, guys. I've been making a lot of chicken lately. Exploder says, I want chicken. I'm trying to get skinny. You know what? What restaurant was that where you could just get the skins? Where you can just get like a cup full of chicken leavings? Like the crunchy bits that get left in the fryer? What restaurant was that? Popeyes is the best. KFC got lazy in the last decade. See, Explosion, I actually got beat down in an argument in West Hollywood because I was telling people that KFC used to be very good. I remember when KFC used to be very good, and it's just so bad now. And I actually went through a moment of denial where I kept going to KFC, getting bad food and going like, oh, this location's bad. I'm just not going to eat KFC in Watts anymore. And then I would like drive like to Santa Monica, and I would get KFC, and I was like, wow, it's bad over here too. Where's the good KFC? And I think that it just, across the board, did have like a decline in quality. But it did used to be good. It used to be good. Word up, Hodicus. Thank you so much for being in the stream. I do appreciate you. And I hope you have a good rest of your day and that your art goes well. Interesting. Japan KFC is pretty good, says Word. This makes sense to me. Any restaurant I've ever had in the States is better in Japan. And that's not one of those I love Japan quotes. I think generally most places in the US are just better at other places. Like McDonald's is better in Canada. McDonald's is also better in Japan. Burger King is better in Japan. McDonald's is also really good in Korea. I don't know. I just feel like we have such low standards on food prep and all that stuff. So anyways, whatever. Point is, I agree with you. Bottom line, I agree with you. Ow. Thank you so much, Explosion. Explosion, would you like anything? Would you like me to mail you some of my cul-de-sac famous chicken seasoning? I've made a bag of it now. I have a Ziploc bag where I've like measured all the portions and I've perfected it. I haven't, but I've gotten really close. Also, I remember my mom. Okay, my mom is the one who taught me how to cook, like a lot of people. And my mom mostly taught me how to make different types of bread, like cornbread, biscuits, breakfast biscuits, buttermilk biscuits, biscuits. And I remember I got so good at making the biscuits that I would make them before school every morning. Like, it was like she was making them, then I was helping her make them, then it was just my thing. I was making the biscuits before school every morning. And I'm gradually learning. I talked in a previous stream. That sounds delicious, by the way. Something about referring to food as slippery makes me want it. But anyways, I was making waffles for a really, really long time, and a lot of times the recipe for waffles will be like, oh, you can use water and oil. No. Yeah, use water and oil, baby. But then when you replace the water with milk and the oil with butter, everything tastes so much better. And I was like, milk and butter are the flavor gods, right? And water and oil are, I don't know, the bland emperors. We don't want them. We want the flavor gods. So you put butter and you put milk in everything. I'm projecting here. I put butter and I put milk in everything. And I was making my chicken and I was like, how do I do that? How can I make this chicken more delicious with butter and milk? And I completely forgot that buttermilk was a thing. And so a couple days ago when I was shopping, I bought a bunch of buttermilk. And when I tell you the chicken is amazing, you know, the secret is everybody's like, oh, you dredge the chicken in buttermilk and egg, and then you dip it into all your junk, you know, your dry mix. No, you put a bunch of, like, you put habanero extract and Scotch bonnet extract in, and like a Scotch bonnet puree into the buttermilk. It does the wildest thing. Anyways, it's very spicy and it's delicious. But thank you again, Explosion, for the sub. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate that. I really want some slippery food now. What am I holding on to, Cyber? A feeling? I can't have any more songs called Hold On. I have 3 songs called Hold On, but something about the phrase Hold On is so powerful to me. Is food in other countries actually better tasting? At fast food? Or is it different? And am I hungry? When I was a kid, my mom used to put some milk in pack ramen to cool it down. Whoa. Interesting. Or is it different, and are you hungry, so it hits different? So I have a lot to say about that. I think that food is better taken care of in other countries because in a lot of cases it has to be. I think, and again, I'm not an expert. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've only been to like 4 countries, and when I did, I ate like an idiot. So I don't really have any expertise on this, but I just feel like America generally has lower restrictions on what we're allowed to do to our food to like preserve it and like, I don't know, boost it, to buff it. And so food is like more of a science project here. And I will say a lot goes into me liking, let's just take McDonald's, right? A lot goes into me liking McDonald's in Canada. One reason why I probably like McDonald's in Canada, which is a thing I don't really like to admit, but I think it's true, is that I'm abroad, and so I'm in a good mood. Typically, if you put me into like a foreign setting, I'm so enamored with anything, even the things that I know, like Burger King or McDonald's, that maybe just a little bit I'm going to enjoy it more than I would if I was just like sitting in the middle of Compton eating a Big Mac. Which I've never had, by the way. But if I'm sitting in Compton eating a Big Mac versus sitting in like Osaka eating a Big Mac, I'm probably into it more. So it might make it taste better that way. And I think the other thing is, yeah, that they just take better care of the food things they have. And I don't think it's across the board, right? Because Domino's, for example, in Japan, tastes like garbage. It tastes horrible. So not everything is better abroad. But I will say that a lot of the restaurants that we have here, and I've had several times, when I go abroad and eat them, they tend to taste a little bit better. Like, better quality, maybe taste slightly fresher, and even the way they're presented and put together seems a little bit more careful. I don't know. And McDonald's is like the worst example for this, right? Because you can go to McDonald's and get a cheeseburger, and like the bun will be all lopsided and the cheese is all on one edge and stuff like that, and the pickle's like leaving an imprint in the bread, and it's weird. Like, I understand McDonald's is like the bottom of the barrel example to use, but it's the one I chose, so I'm sorry. The thing that I hear from people visiting is that they are impressed with the amount of food, but they are also happy with the greasier flavor. So maybe I'm just used to the flavor of grease and I'm bored of it and I want something different. Japan has not figured out pizza, says Alert. I agree with this. Yeah. portion sizes in Europe are very tiny. I agree with this. I know it says volition, but I keep wanting to say violin. Hello, have volition. Thank you for participating, by the way. But portion sizes are a lot smaller in Europe. I will say a lot of the time that I was in France, when I would eat something, whether it was a French meal or it was McDonald's, the sizes were a lot smaller. And at first, my American brain was upset with this. I was like, I want more food. How can you call this a large? And then I would eat the thing and I would not be hungry. Like, I would eat the thing and I'm like, oh, I'm not full, but I am satisfied. And I think too often, I'm not going to project on all Americans, but too often in my own childhood, there was a lot of emphasis on being full. Like, even when you were eating and you stopped, somebody would say, are you full? Something about the word full was quite a bit quite a bit beyond being satisfied. Like, I can eat 2 slices of pizza and actually be okay. I can be satisfied, then I can move about my day. But do I ever only eat 2 slices? Nah, I usually eat like 4 or 5 because then I'm full. And when I was in Europe, I don't think I was full once. I don't think I was ever full, but I was very rarely hungry. I was always satisfied. Weird stuff, weird stuff, weird stuff, weird stuff. Oh, thank you, my explosion, for the lurk. There's no ice in Europe. There is no ice in Europe. Another thing that I missed at first, but then realized I didn't really need anyway. If anything, I was getting more drink. And I do love drink. I'm gonna check in on 3 more people. I feel like I checked in on Word. If I didn't, you go ahead, Word, and tell me what's good. I have so much stuff I have to do today. Explosion, how was your day yesterday after the stream ended? Also, where do you live, if you don't mind me asking, Explosion? Not like where specifically, but like state-wise. I feel like you live close to me in the grand scope of the planet. Whoa, Isidora here. You made it. We've missed you, Isidora, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you're happy and healthy. Emphasis on healthy. We're doing a big St. Patrick's Day dinner tonight with the family, says Word. Sounds dope. I've never done one myself, but I am going to eat a green donut today. That's going to be my time. How would you play math jazz, says Windsor. I hope you... It's not Windsor. I'm confusing a lot of stuff. Noter Winder? Not Erwinder? Note? No. I've butchered it enough now. Irwin. Ned Irwin? Anywho, how would you play? Did you say play? How would you do math jazz? The interesting thing about math rock, which is the established math genre, is I feel like math rock gets a lot of its rhythmic complexity from jazz. So I feel like jazz is already math jazz, particularly like bebop or like rhythmically complicated jazz, because not all jazz is complicated rhythmically, right? Like some jazz, like big band jazz, like if you're listening to like Billie Holiday or like Frank Sinatra or something like that, it's not so complicated to listen to. Maybe if you're listening to some more bebop-y stuff, it gets really mathy all of a sudden. There's a song called Blue Rondo a la Turk by Dave Brubeck, and the song does have kind of like a weird meter, and it's mathy for sure, and it is jazz, so maybe that would be math jazz? Maybe? Would that explain? Does that help? Does that make sense? Also, I recognize your bid apology, Dar, for calling me a mime. It is accepted and acknowledged. I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge it sooner. I agree with this, though. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, jazz is already pretty mathy. Mathy at its core. I am gonna... Oh. You were gone for 30 minutes? Well, welcome back, Dar. I'm glad you stayed around. I think I've checked in on everybody. Did I check in on Dar? I feel like I didn't. How's Erwin doing? How are you, Erwin? Are you good? Are you happy? Are you healthy? Are you ready for a marvelous weekend I'm preparing for? I'm drowning in commissions, guys. It's scary. Nobody redeemed Agnes today. It's just the two boys today. It's just my guys, my bros. Just my bros. Okay, yeah, I'm the same, Erwin. Oh, the saxophone guy! Whoa, where have you been? Oh my goodness. I do remember you. I'm sorry, I didn't... The username was, like, messing me up a little bit. Oh, it's not Erwin. No, I'm confused now. Thanks, Liana. She appreciates it, I guess. Where is... In the sun? You sure? Okay, just for a little while. It's nice to have you, though. I hope saxophone is going well. Also, thank you for the gifting the sub. What a charitable group of people. I hope Erwin enjoys this. I hope Erwin enjoys this sub. Now you can use the sub emotes, right? Right? Is that how it works? Anyways, I gotta go over to news now.
Time to do the news. I think it's time to do the news. It's definitely time to do the news. Do the news.
Okay. We start news with the song recommendation. If I haha during a jingle, will it play? Dar, I have no idea. It should though. No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. It won't. I won't allow it. Actually, I think it will. I think it will. And I don't want that, but I think it's kind of funny. Yeah, you should try it one time, Dar. Maybe try it tomorrow. Everyone has always been very nice. Everyone's always been very nice. I don't know that anybody has been mean. And if they do, I think my brain represses them. So I don't remember mean people very well. Usually they don't stick around long enough for me to remember them anyway. I feel like it would be an undertaking to be mean consistently enough that even my horrible memory stores you somewhere. Anywho, first order of business for the news is the song recommendation. The song recommendation for today is going... Ooh! Yes. Yes. Hello, Yellow. Wait. Hello, Mellow. What is that? That's a thing, isn't that? Oh, I'm thinking of Hello, Moto. That's a Motorola ad. Anywho, that's not what this is. This is a song. This is a song called Feel That Again. Please listen to this. I don't know how many of you guys are into, like... Wow, what do I call this genre of music? I know if I were like Fader, I would probably call it indie rock, but screw Fader. You know what? Yeah, I'm saying it. Screw Fader. I know they wrote about me, but not for the reasons I wanted them to, so screw them. Anyways, if Fader had to name this genre, they would probably say like indie rock. But that's not what I'm gonna say. There's an entire brand of music that is kind of like... I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with... earlier Ryan Leslie work, or even dang it, what's that fool's name? Ryan Stacy? Oh no. Ryan, it can't be Ryan. No, Steve Lacy. Wow, awesome. Steve Lacy. It's like this type of music that's in its arrangement, sorry, in its ensemble, in its collection, instrumentally, like the instruments that are used to make it, it does have a more rock vibe for sure, because there's a lot of guitars, there's a lot of drums, there's a lot of acoustic instruments, not a lot of synthesizers and stuff like that being thrown around. And the vocals are usually pretty dry, not a bunch of effects being thrown on them, and this kind of falls into that. But I like to think of it as its own brand of R&B. I think that a lot of the people that I know that make it take more direction from R&B than they do from rock and indie rock. And when I have dabbled in it myself, i.e. on the album, on albums like Quick Breath, a lot of Quick Breath's directives came from R&B and not so much rock, you know, even in the way that I formed the songs. Ryan Stacy. I did say that, Dar. That is the thing I said. But yeah, Steve Lacy's great. This is not a Steve Lacy song, though. I love this song. Please go listen to Hello Yellow, Feel That Again. Also, if you can, also watch the video. The video is great. And so when I was watching the video for the first time, I skipped through it. Because I was just doing, you know, I know, I'm like the worst. I hate when people do that to me, but sometimes I do it to other artists, and I apologize all the time for it. Sometimes I skip through videos. Sometimes especially if I know what the song is and I want to hear the song, and the video like starts with like a skit, or there's like a couple arguing, and they've made like a whole indie film out of it. I'm like, yo, just give me come on, Drake. I don't want to watch a movie right now. I want the bars. I want to know about crying later and laughing now. So I skipped through the video for this, the first time that I watched it. And the way the video ends, no spoilers, but the way the video ends, I related to it. I was like, whoa, that's happened to me before. That 1000% has happened to me before. I feel that much closer to this artist. And then I watched the video again, all the way through this time with no skips. And I was like, it completely changes the ending of the video to be not relatable at all to me anymore. And I just thought that was really funny, how sometimes missing key moments in a video and in a song can really change the narrative. I try to do that a lot with my music, and I think I'm getting better at it. And when I say try to do that a lot, I mean having a consistent narrative where if you do skip a piece of it, it can change the meaning. Having the whole story is very important, but not necessarily to understanding. It just changes what you understand if you skip around. I heard he queued it up skipping that part. Guess I'll rewind. It doesn't happen in the beginning of the video, by the way. It doesn't. You can skip to the music starting and you won't miss it. But I was skipping a lot, by the way. I did Feel That Again. It was a great song. Feel that again. I also have a big admiration for people who are able to make songs where the verse and the chorus and the bridge and the verse and the chorus and the pre-chorus and the post-chorus and the pre-verse and the intro and the outro use the same chords. That's something that I've struggled with. Usually once I have a cool chord progression, I repeat it, you know, for the verses. And then once I get to the chorus, I'm like, all right, time to make a new chord progression to really bring this alive, bring this something fresh, bring this something new. But there are so many other ways you can make sections of a song unique without changing the harmonic relationship between the instruments. You can add a different vocal melody. You can add harmonies. You can add more energy in the percussion. There's just so much you can do, and that's something that in the Friday streams, the Friday production streams, I want to explore more, instead of just constantly trying to invent new harmonic ideas for every new section of a song. While that can be fun, and it can be very explorative, sometimes I end up putting 10 legit song ideas into one song. Like, I put too much into one when I could scale it a lot more back and still have a very beautiful idea. It's something that I messed with a lot on Lush Stream, but I've kind of strayed away from it recently, and I kind of want to reintroduce that into my music. Somehow I've turned this into being about me, Guys, please go listen to Hello Yellow, Feel That Again. It will be added to the playlist at the end of the stream. If you're wondering where to find the playlist, if you type in !Rex, it'll bring up the recommendations that I've had. I've made a neat little Spotify playlist of them. You can't type ! Spotify. You can't type ! Alright, that's that. You can listen to my music on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon MP3, Tidal, Brew, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube. Which I'm not streaming on anymore, and I'm going to be updating YouTube with the few streams that I've had so far this week. This is for Crow, who is the one person that I know of who refuses to come over to Twitch from YouTube. So I wish Crow all the best, and I hope that I'm getting the Twitch streams pushed over there in a timely manner for him, and for anybody else who either does not want to make the migration over to, does not want to make the migration over to Twitch, or just doesn't know that I'm here yet, and I haven't done a good enough job about getting that information over to them. I think that, oh no, there's still more news. Okay, wow. So yesterday was loaded. Where do I begin? Yesterday, I did the whole checking to see if I'm available for the vaccine. I am not. However, today, my roommate is eligible for the vaccine. So I have to drive them to get the vaccine today in a somewhat far away part of LA County. So I'm not looking forward to that because there's going to be a lot of traffic, I'm sure. And I also got a rush commission yesterday while I was out eating. I got a rush commission from Discord, so I have to do some more work for Discord. And that deadline for that is in roughly an hour from now. And I've done most of it. But so I have to, after this stream, I have to clean up that, send that commission in, and then work on something for the stream. I need to iron out a few things with the chatbot and work with a Drillix on something. And then I have to drive my roommate to the vaccine site, and then I have a Zoom call that I can't really talk about. It's just a consultation. It's not like anything super serious. It's nothing like super top secret that I'm working on. It's just I don't really want to talk about it yet until after the call, and I know how I feel about it. But somebody that I will say is very high up in their station agreed to talk to me today over Zoom. I just have Sounds of LA. Sometimes it's like the police sirens don't even have an origin. It's like they're just in the air, you know, like birds tweeting, or helicopters copting, or dogs barking and wind blowing. It's just a sound that has no source. It just exists. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so somebody that's very, very good at what they do agreed to talk to me. I want to pick their brain on a few things, because going forward musically, there's a few things, wow, it's so vague. There's a few things I would like to do, and I just want to make sure that I'm doing them right and I'm going about it in the best professional way. And I kind of threw a haymaker with sending someone an email that definitely shouldn't be talking to me, just asking and seeing if they would give me some pointers and some help in that regard. Turns out they already knew my music and were actually a fan of mine, so they agreed to talk to me for free. I was going to pay them a consultation fee. Isn't that wild? Anyways, well, police siren. Yeah, they're always here. The cops haven't been in the cul-de-sac for a little while, though, so can I get a clap for that? That's good. That's good. No more cops for at least 7, maybe 10 days. They were here, a couple of weeks ago. Okay. Good luck with the call. I'm sure it'll go well. Thank you, Lindsay. Appreciate it. Wait, does Taylor already work? Taylor need to be? How long was the flight? What did I miss? Boy. Wasn't there a cop? There was not a cop, Cyber. There was a... Well, I almost said goon. I think goon might be offensive. So, I may stop saying it in the stream. I think it might be offensive. Is it offensive? I feel like it's not. But anyways, I'm going to move on. That was not a cop. It was a goon. Could you guys hear that? I hope you couldn't. Anyways, there's a goon. They're parking enforcement. So they're not like real cops, but parking enforcement is always in the cul-de-sac on Wednesdays because Wednesday is street sweeping day, and you will get a $75 ticket if you're parked along the street, but if you're in the cul-de-sac, you'll actually get a $90 ticket. So somebody just got a $90 ticket. I don't think it offends. Never mind. Was that a hurl? Oh my god, Liana heard it. It was. Someone's throwing up outside. I didn't know if you could hear it. I was looking out because I was trying to look where the parking enforcement was parking. Somebody just vomiting next to the tree. It's like 11 a.m. Oh boy. Anyways, a stupid person a man hired to terrorize and eliminate opponents. Lagoons. Henchmen. Speaking of henchmen, I didn't know that hench was a adjective. Like, you could refer to somebody as hench. Like, those dudes are so hench. Or like, I'm trying to get hench, bro. I think hench is like a cooler way to say swole. I think hench is just big. And maybe strong. Perhaps? Thank you, Wirt. Thank you, Wirt. I actually had this exact conversation in Noah's Bagels. I had a very long conversation in Noah's Bagels about the word mook. And it was because... Anyways, I'm gonna clean up the news and then end the stream. That's what I have to do today. I have a lot of stuff that I have to do today. Tomorrow is Thursday, which is the final day before the production stream. Last production stream went well. I feel like I've ironed out the piano stream to where it's at least runs smooth now. It's not super choppy and I'm not dropping frames every few seconds. So small improvements. Always thankful for them. Always grateful for them. Always trying to chase more of them. Always trying to gradually improve the stream. So again, if you guys have any ideas on how you would like to see the stream improved, you can send those in the Discord. I have the bot that links the Discord if you are not already in there. That is the only place I'm going to be taking suggestions from. Please don't DM me. Please don't message me on Instagram about what you want to see changed in the production stream or the morning medley stream. It's not rude. It's just I don't really check those that often. And when I do, I very rarely respond to them. So there's that. I'm going to go ahead and play the morning medley theme. If you have any last minute comments or questions or commands you wanted to get out of the way, now would be the time to do it. I'm starting it over. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill him. Thank you. I got him. For some reason, specifically Thero's soil attracts a certain type of little fly, and it's so annoying. They're so gross and ugly. Anywho, that's going to close it for Morning Medley today. Thank you, everybody, for being respectful to me and polite to each other. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I'm going to be... I know for the past week I've been like pretty busy, and so I haven't been super active in the Discord, and when I am, it's in short bursts, and then I just kind of disappear, and I come back like 3 hours later and see that people have asked me things. I apologize for that. I do. But today is going to be another pretty busy one, so I probably won't be around as much today in the Discord either. I apologize. I'll get through this stuff soon, and I'll see you guys here tomorrow for Morning Medley number 314. It's Pi. It's 314. It's a Pi day again. We could say. I read that as Wonton Weeby, which also works, but a Wanton Weeby, as you are wont to do. A Wanton Weeby Wednesday. Word up. Thank you. Abo, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening.